Welcome to Lodge with Leaders, the podcast where we explore what it truly takes to lead, thrive, and create lasting impact. I'm Adaeze Udogalanya, a TEDx speaker, a leadership strategist, and the founder of African Women in STEM. While many episodes feature conversations with innovators, trailblazers, and leaders from around the world, today's episode is a solo reflection, a space for us to slow down and explore a leadership, visibility, or career insight together. These episodes are designed to help you learn, unlearn, and walk away with grounded perspective and practical takeaways you can apply in real life. So if you're ready to lead with intention, if you're ready to amplify your voice, and if you're ready to grow with clarity over time, you are in the right place. Let's get into today's episode. As Sarah watched the IT guy pull wires around in the office in the corner, she knew she had had it. They say 3 times is the charm, but there's nothing charming about this third time. Yet another person had gotten what she couldn't have, blindsided every single time, only to find out when it was too late to put her hat in the ring. Her mind flashes back to about a year ago when she was sitting across from her manager and being told that everything she hoped to get would have to wait because there's no budget for it this year. She asked if she could still be promoted without the raise, but her manager simply laughed and said that was funny. But it wasn't meant to be a joke, and she wasn't trying to be funny. She was trying to get the thing that up to that point she was certain was a done deal. I see this happen again and again with high performing women in STEM. They get to a point where their efforts stop producing the returns they expect, and they're no longer certain of the direction their career is going to take. And this is not because they're underperforming, it's not because they've lost ambition, they're still ambitious. But this is because the rules have changed and no one told them. If you're that woman whose work is exceptional, bar none, the woman who the organization relies on to keep things going, and yet none of that is reflected in your career progression, then pull up a chair and listen in. Being useful is not the same as being impactful. And optimizing for usefulness will not advance your career. I invite you today to see the system you're operating inside of more clearly so that you can make the right decisions for your career. Because what I've learned both through my career and through working with senior women who are navigating inflections in their careers is this: career stagnation is not a capability problem, it's a misalignment problem. Specifically, it's a misalignment between what the system rewards and what you've been trained to optimize for. Many of us were taught a very specific formula: work hard, be the first one in and the last one out, do excellent work, be reliable, be the one they can count on. In due time, you'll be recognized and rewarded. You take this formula and run with it. And for some time, it works and makes you happy. You double down and get very good at implementing this formula. You become the fixer, the problem solver, the one who gets things done when others can't. I remember when I used to say this proudly: I'm the only one they come to when they need to solve complex problems. It was true, but what I didn't realize was that being the fixer, the problem solver, didn't serve me, it served them. And at some point, you realize that something is off. Although I was very busy, none of what I was bringing to the table was reflected in my career progression. At some point in your career, usefulness stops being a differentiator. They no longer care if you can handle the work or how much of the work you can handle. Your competence is assumed at this point. The differentiator now becomes how you make decisions and the impact those decisions can create. Usefulness can become a trap. And this is how many women instead become overleveraged and underpositioned. And the system doesn't correct this because it benefits from it. Impact, on the other hand, works differently. Impact is not about what you do, it's about what changes because of what you do. Impact looks like you consistently connect your work to organizational priorities and outcomes. You make decisions that move initiatives forward. You reduce ambiguity so that others can execute their job with confidence. You shape how critical priorities and decisions are approached. This is the kind of contribution that senior leaders recognize and reward. I didn't learn this early, so I wasted a lot of years applying the formula we were all taught. But I'm telling you this now so you can save yourself years, decades even, of climbing the wrong hill, as my friend would say. Because the other day we're having this conversation, and she said, interesting thing is that most people are climbing the wrong hill in their careers. If your career growth has, for some reason, slowed down, or if you're stuck despite your strong performance, and I hear this a lot with women, mid career and senior, I'm stuck. The answer for you is not to double down on what you're doing, do more of what you're doing that is not working. Implement more of that wrong formula that you were given in the beginning that is obviously not serving you now. The question you should be asking yourself is, what am I optimizing for? Am I optimizing for usefulness? That comes in things like being very productive, just putting things out there, executing work. Am I optimizing for impact? Awareness is not a setback, it actually is leverage because most people go through their careers not even aware of what they should focus on or what it is that actually is the issue that they're facing or the challenge that they're facing. They spend years of their career thinking the challenge is something else when it's not. Because when you're aware, then now you can focus on making sure that you navigate your career in a way that moves you forward. Awareness is not a setback, it is leverage. And listening to this today, listening to me today, and being willing to question how you're operating your career already places you far ahead of most people. If you just take what you've heard today and act on it, you'll be in a much better position to build a career that you truly want. I believe in designing your career. I believe in living your life on your own terms. And this is a calling for you to reevaluate your career, how you've been operating, and see if there needs to be a change. And if there needs to be one, then go ahead and make that change. And if you're not interested in taking the long route, I had a coach that once said, I don't have the patience to wait forever to get the result I want. So I do whatever I can now to make sure that it doesn't take me too long to get it. If you're not interested in taking the long route, rewrite this formula, get the new formula, implement the new formula, and get what you want or desire your career how you want it to be. If you rather move with clarity now and achieve better results, then reach out to me. You can apply to work with me, and the application link is going to be in the show notes. You are operating at a high level now. You're ready for your work to create more impact than it is right now. And that is leadership. Until next time, bye. If you have learned something today or feel inspired by this episode, I would love and appreciate it if you leave a review on the Launch Your Leaders podcast. This will help others just like you know that this show is for them too. Find and connect with me and reach out to me in the DMs. I love chatting with you. I am Adaeze Iloeje Udogalaya on LinkedIn. Until next time, lead boldly, create impact, and expand your influence.